Carefully, it's these muscles at the top of the neck and the base of the skull. There's a whole shelf or ridge here called the occipital muscle. It's called the occipital ridge. Occiput, the occiput, the base of the skull. And that's a little shelf that you can hook if you have short nails. Then you can hook. If you touch people, you should have short nails. So I'm going like this. I'm going like this, so I'm going in. I'm trying not to touch the ears too much, because that's kind of personal. So if I have to, I'll go behind the ears. But I'm going to catch him so he can't hit his head. And I'm doing figure eights, I'm doing circles. Or I can go side to side. I'm really getting the occipital ridge. Later I can learn to cup around the ears and have occipital ridge, because finger stance makes me strong. That's how it works. So I do finger stand push-ups. I'm naturally strong, so I can actually pull on the occipital ridge, push on the temples, right? And I can get that. This is too advanced. I'm not sure why I'm teaching you guys all this stuff. Let me just help you a little bit. Sorry, don't, just close your eyes. This is master level. This can kill people. Don't do this. Just have to do something real quick. Or you can watch what goes on later on, after years and years of work, or become, this is what chiropractors do, a physical therapist. Get that shoulder blade up. Get that shoulder blade up. Get that side. No, don't help me. Don't help me. Don't help me. Let it go. Let it go. Inhale. Exhale. That's okay. It's okay. I just lengthened his whole spine in a way that doesn't happen in nature. The only way you get that kind of traction or lengthening is if you hang yourself. It just doesn't happen. So it's very special. Oops, sorry. Neck. So anyways, that's the occipital ridge, and the way you massage that is like that. Now if you come over here and look very closely, I'll show you a really good technique for the occipital ridge. It's a little different, but you'd have to look from down here. You'd have to come over here. You see nothing from over there. Over there you see nothing. So you should not be over there. You should be over here, where I'm working. Unless you have special vision, look through the body. So this is nice. Inhale, please. Exhale, drop. Breathe through your nose. You have very lovely fresh breath, but breathe through your nose. Okay, now. Okay, laugh. It's easier to laugh with your head up. Okay, now I'm on the occipital ridge like this. Like this, basically. And my hand's on the floor, so I'm not lifting him up from my back. I'm just resting on the ground, which means I'm pushing, press flex, actually I'm working from here. So I'm actually going like that with the support of the other hand, which is going like this, holding the head. So he feels safe. So I can teach him that when I squeeze, it goes up. Now drop your head, please. Drop. When I release, it drops down. So I can. He's really either resisting or he's really stiff, or both. So really, if he's there, he goes. See how I pinch? I'm massaging it on the up and the down. Whoa, and I'm at the top of the neck. But I'm getting closer to the occipital ridge. I'm resting my wrist on the ground so I can really base it. And I'm supporting his head. So as I pinch, he goes up. As I release, he goes down. Later, I'll pinch in both directions to make him work, to massage him really good. And then I get closer to the occipital ridge, which is basically right there. Then I can just go and do figure eights. And I can, instead of him throwing his head back, he's going to come up a little bit. So if they really have that kind of head back thing, I can just put the block there. If I want to, if it's not his block, maybe I would put a towel there. But he's a very important man. Andre's a very important man. He has very important duties as a diplomat. He's not just a yogi. He has a double agent life. So he deals with a lot of politicians. I'm not going to tell you who he really is, but because he's an agent. But he's really have to control a lot of things. So it's very hard for him. A lot of you have to control your own lives, right? So it's very hard for us to let go of our neck, because that's how we control the world around us. So he has a lot of responsibility. So he has to deal with that corporate world like a lot of us do. So when we come to the yoga, we have to learn to let go of that. And, drop your jaw. Yeah, drop the jaw. Inhale, exhale, say even though I said, now go ahead, breathe through the mouth. Then he can start to let go. And because he needs more support, I had to lift the block up so I can bring the earth to my hand. So then I notice it's easier for him to relax if his head's a little higher up. It's not comfortable for him because of tension to put his head that far back. So it's a lot easier to be where they are, not where you think they should be. I have to figure out that this is better for his neck. I can get him to let go up here. So you just have to feel what feels best, not what somebody said, but how you feel. I just figured that out. Then I can get him to let go better. And now the other thing I want to teach you, Maureen.
I'm here.
Hi. About and all of us, this is really important for all of us. The other main drainage point for the whole brain, and also releasing a lot of tension in the neck and shoulders and upper back, is like the magic spot. It's the trinity of 3 muscles. Is this pressure point right here? You know that really tight point we were pushing on earlier? Remember when we squeezed the arms together? Now, I hate to ask him to sit up, but I'm going to ask him to sit up real quick. Oh, hello, Duncan. Okay, now here, most people, if I may, most people, if they put their head down, see that bump right there? That's C7. That's the 7th cervical vertebra. The cervical is the neck bones. There's 7 neck bones. There's 12 thoracic bones. There's 12 ribs. There's about 5 lumbar. And there's a sacrum that connects the pelvis and the tailbone. So that bump is basically C7. That's the base of the neck, and then it starts to become ribs. Okay? Now at C7, if you go out about 2 or 3 fingers, depends upon your size, their size, but about like that, there's a point. These 2 points are the drainage points for the whole head and all this stuff. So if the head comes back up to neutral, so that he learns to pull in a little more, and he'll become more self-reflective, or more he has to be out so much, like we all have to be out on the lookout. But sometimes we have to balance and look in. That's what we are doing here, of course, to balance our lives. So if I may, we're all kind of pulling in a little bit, like the Buddha is going to pull in and down, right? To bring the heart and mind